Hey guys, welcome to another video. So in today's video I'm going to be doing a cool fight scene between two different characters, and in the drawing I'm going to be using a method called dynamic pose. Dynamic posing is when you take a character and then you use different types of poses to make the character more expressive. So I'm going to be using dynamic poses, and I haven't done it before. It's pretty new to me, but I'm very excited using that new technique I've just learned. So let's hop into the video and I'll tell you more about it. So, you may be asking, what is dynamic pose? Well, dynamic posing is a technique used in most character development where you take the pose of a character and kind of play around with it to try and make it more exaggerated and stand out and fit the character of what it is. And Disney has kind of nailed dynamic posing, because when you look at the characters, the type of poses show what type of character it is. Like, for example, if you have a skinny character, it can show them as more dangerous, especially if you use more pointier shapes. It can show the character has a bit more danger. And with the dynamic posing, I am trying to, play around with the positions of the characters, because dynamic posing helps frame your character to make sure they're not too stiff, because I struggled with dynamic posing in the past when my characters were a little bit too stiff. So just doing a little bit of dynamic posing helped a lot with making my characters more expressive. And another technique I want to try and learn in the future is the type of technique Disney uses with big characters. Like, for example, when let's use Wreck-It Ralph for example. The character has big shoulders, has really big hands, and it can show that the character's strength through its proportions. And I want to learn how to kind of play around character proportions to kind of show what type of character they are. And I've been struggling a little bit with that because I've been using the same proportions for my characters, but in the future I want to learn to just play around the proportions and kind of create a good looking character through that. And Disney has really hit that out of the park with the characters, where smaller characters have way more rounder heads, making them way more friendlier, because the rounder shapes you use with characters can make them seem way more friendly. While with pointy shapes, it can make characters seem more dangerous. Like, for example, this guy I'm drawing right over here, I'm trying to make him seem dangerous by giving him a pointy chin, trying to make him more skinnier, giving him two pointy daggers to kind of signify danger. So when I was busy practicing dynamic posing for my characters, I decided to go off of a battle scene, because the reason why is because I've always wanted to draw a cool battle scene between two characters, and every time in school I had time to draw, I'd always draw characters fighting each other. So I decided to do that. Two characters busy fighting each other, and I thought that would be fun just doing and kind of learning how to do that over time. And with this one character, I struggled a lot with coming up with what I want the outfit to look like for this character, but I finally came up with an idea that I was happy with. And while drawing these characters, it kind of reminded me of the old school, like, video games where you'd fight each other. It was like those very old arcade machines where you would put a quarter in, and then you got to, fight with your friends. It was joysticks with buttons, and it kind of reminded me of those old school beat 'em up or fighting games. I think you can kind of get a hint by the thumbnail of this video. I drew one of my characters, playing with an arcade machine. And with the thumbnails I usually do, they take quite a lot of time, because usually when I do said thumbnails, I do the sketching of the thumbnails, and I kind of, do the characters and I draw the thumbnail, so it does take time doing these videos. And a originally with these videos I decided to not do 2 videos a week but 1, because drawing the thumbnails, doing the art, editing the videos takes a lot of time. So you'll see me posting a video once a week. On every Thursday Wednesday, every video I'll be posting. On Wednesday I'll be posting a video, because videos do take quite a lot of time making. And the other thing I want to talk about is, when you're looking at me drawing these characters, you may be thinking, why isn't the sketching showing? To be honest, I have no idea why the sketching isn't showing in this video. I think I put the opacity a bit too down, and I didn't draw the characters by hand, just using ink, so I actually did do the sketching. It's just weirdly enough, it's not showing up at all. And usually when I do drawings, I do the sketching, then the inking, but I first do the sketching so I can ink over it, because otherwise if you do the inking you'll have a lot of messy lines. So to keep my lines clean, I do the sketching and then I kind of ink on top of it, using the sketching as a reference so I can be a bit more messier. So with this drawing, I'm doing a cool fight scene, and to be honest, it's very nostalgic, because when I was way more younger in school, I would usually do cool fight scenes and kind of give these stick figures exaggerated and ginormous weapons. And in school, when I would do my tests and stuff like you would do when you were younger, I remember the teachers would let us doodle on the back of the test paper, and I'll just do stick figures doing cool fight scenes, and it's really nostalgic revisiting that. That's why many people, they revisit the things they did when they were younger, because of just how nostalgic it is. So with the coloring, I usually add detail in the coloring because it can make your characters pop out way more, and just adding a little bit of detail in the coloring can really make an art piece stand out. So anytime you do coloring, just add a little bit of detail in the coloring, and don't add all the detail in the inking, otherwise your piece can get a bit lost. Of course, adding tons of detail in inking can teach you a lot, but sometimes if you're doing a whole piece with just color and inking, the best choice is adding more of the detail in the coloring to kind of make it look way more cooler and can make your piece stand out way more. And as you can see with the metal, I add a bit of shininess and reflectiveness to make it stand out. And even with the hair, I'm adding some texture and coloring to the hair to make it stand out. Even the gravel, the concrete on the floor, I'm adding some detail in it. So when what I always try to do is use opposite colors to the background to make it stand out a bit more. Like for example, the ninja, I kind of gave him a black outfit, and with the girl I kind of gave her a little bit of a dark green so it stands out a bit more from the background, and gave her some brown pants so it stands out from the background. And as you can see, I chose purple because purple is the main color most people use for Starry Night. The video is almost coming to end, so I'm just going to be saying a few more things. So with the shading in, I'm using a bit more of a darker color, and I cover the entire background with a dark color so I can shade out the bits where the light is contacting the skin. So when doing a darker background, I do that, and it looks way more better instead of individually coloring in the character with darker colors. So I cover the entire canvas with dark colors, then just shade out the parts the light is reflecting on. Hey guys, and thank you so much for watching this video, and if you can, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell to stay up to date when a new video comes out. Bye.